Hello everybody and welcome to Qi Gong with Pause and Breathe. So what we thought we'd do this afternoon is we're going to do two variations. We are going to go through parts of the Shibashi system that we've been concentrating on over the last few classes. Add a few extras to it. We're both going to do them both sitting down and standing. Then I thought what we might do towards the end, if there's time permitting, is we'll go through a few exercises which is actually designed to help alleviate back pain, especially in the current climate where we're sitting around a little bit and not doing as much exercise as we'd normally do. So that's if you've got time. The first bit we're going to do though is we're going to focus on the Shibashi, both variations. So I'll be flipping between the chair and standing, so if you want to stand, that's great. If you want to sit down, brilliant. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do though is we need to wake everything up, so we need to wake the acupoints up. So we're just going to tap around the head, mainly concentrating on the crown. Okay, and then we're going to go down to the back of the neck. We're just going to tap the back of the neck very quickly. And we're going to rotate our necks nice and slow, nice and gently, breathing in as we rotate to the back of the neck, and breathing out as we come back round to the front. Nice and slow, nice and gentle. So a lot of the class today is going to be focused on just focusing on the breath and slowing our respiratory system down completely, so it's nice and gentle breathing, long and deep. I'm just going to turn the head side to side now, without moving the top part of the body, just the neck as far as you can get it. So breathing in as we turn, and breathing out as we come back, and breathing in, and breathing out, and breathing in, and breathing out. Okay, and then we're going to place our elbow into the centre of the palm of the hand. We're going to loosen the shoulders up. I'm going to do the other side. We're just going to wake everything up very quickly, all the acupoint areas. Okay, and go down the inside of the arms and back up the back, also known as the yin and the yang. So this is a very quick way of warming the body up, warming the joints up, and warming the meridian system up. Across the chest, and down the centre, and just working it way out. So whether you're sitting or whether you're standing at this time, we still do the legs turning on the inside of the legs and back of the back. Just a couple of times, just to wake everything up. Okay, and we're going to just, using loose fists, and just circle the kidneys, and just wakening them up. Okay, brilliant. So, what we're going to do first, we're going to do broaden the chest. So I'll bring the chair in because I'm going to jump in between, as I said, I'm going to jump between the two today. Alright, so the first one we're going to do for everybody that's going to be standing doing this, we're going to go into what we call Wuji stance. Okay, now Wuji stance is very simple. The feet are facing forward. We relax the body by just taking the weight out of the knees and slightly bending the knees. Okay, adjusting the core by relaxing everything around the core, not tensing it up, just relaxing it down. The shoulders, we pull them forward. As we pull them forward, the top of the head, we sit up and pull it back. So the commencement, we just allow the arms. We'll add all these together and towards the end. But what we're going to do at the moment is just go through the movements and then we'll add the breaths in. Okay? So we allow the arms on the commencement just to float up, nice and gentle, roughly about shoulder height, and then we let them float down again. Now if I'm standing and I'm in Wuji stance and I start feeling myself going backwards and forwards, just adjust the knees a little bit so you're nice and relaxed. So we're bringing the arms up and we bring them down. Okay. If we're in a sitting position, we don't sit completely with the back to the back. of the chair is slightly forward, feet flat on the floor, and we do the same thing. So we're bringing the arms up and we're bringing them back down again. But what we're not doing is we're not forcing the arms to come up by using the shoulders. We're just as if they're almost floating on a cloud as we come up. And then we sink it back down again. And then we're going to move on to the commencement. Sorry, not the commencement, broadening the chest. I like to start this one with my palms facing each other. And we allow the arms to float up in front again, making sure the elbows are the heaviest part as we float the arms up. From here we open the chest. Just enough so we feel a little bit of tightness in the shoulders here, which is heart governor, or heart. Closing the hands back again to the centre. Turning the hands down and just letting them float back down again. So this time I'm going to add the breath into this. So ideally I want to try and do this with one inward breath as the arms float up. And continue that inward breath as it's coming in. Into the belly, we're breathing into the belly on this. And then we exhale. Turning the hands and just letting them float back down again. But if you are having problems trying to control your breath on this, just allow yourself 2 or 3 breaths. It's entirely up to you. Okay. So from a standing position on this one, again from the Wuji stance that we started the class with, we just bring the arms up, we connect, we allow the arms to just float up in front of us, roughly about heart governor level or heart level, heart meridian. We open the arms, we close the arms on the outward breath until the hands feel as though they may be being pushed away from each other, or they come back to roughly our body width, and we sink them back down again. So we're moving up, inward breath, pulling the arms out, and we bring it back again, and sinking the body and sinking the end of the breath right down through the body and through the feet. Okay, the next one we'll do then is painting rainbows, okay, which is quite apt for the NHS and care workers. So we're going to actually hold our hands above our heads on this one. Again, if you're in a sitting position, we do it exactly the same way as we've done the others. This time when we come across, we're going to move on our hands across, looking at the palm of our hand. Then we're just going to lift the heel on the side that's lower. So in this case, it's my left side. And I'm going to allow the body to turn slightly. Now what we're doing here is we're opening the quad, which is an energy gate at the bottom of the leg. Now we bring it back to the centre, and I turn slightly over to one side, giving myself a little bit of a stretch down here, and then allowing the heel to lift off the floor and turn around. Okay, this is a little bit harder to get used to if you're standing, but please persevere with it. So we're doing an inward breath as we start to move, lifting the foot off the ground, so we're coming around about 45 degrees. Then we exhale as we come back, and we move to the other side. Again, inhaling, holding the breath for a second or two, and bringing it back. And I'll repeat what I said before. If you feel as though you need 2 or 3 breaths, that's fine. It's not a problem. Just continue with your own rest position, trying to slow it down a little bit, so not gasping for breath as we do this. Okay, looking magnificent, well done. Okay, right, now from this position, we're going to part the cloud. So very easily, we open our hands and we turn them the outside in, okay? Then we allow the arms to just float down as if we're working our way through clouds or fog or something like that, just making it so we can see. Bringing the arms down, we bring them back up, crossing the face, up through the body, turning the hands away from each other, and brown, okay? So we're breathing out when we're bringing the arms down, and when we're coming up, we're breathing in, taking in the extra air, we turn them out, and we're sinking the energy in the body and the breath down into our feet. We go again, bringing it up and bringing it down. Again, from a sitting position, it's the same movements, the upper body, you're just sitting in the nice comfortable position on the chair. Okay, the next one we're going to get in. I don't want to go through these too quickly, so I am conscious of the time. We're just going to bring the hands to the centre here, and we're just going to push the hand forward. As this hand here at the back, it's almost making a circle. Then I'll relax the core on the hand that's being pushed, so it comes across. And we bring it back to the centre, breathing in. Then at this point, exhaling. Hand comes at the back, we bring it in, and we bring it in, relaxing the core. Now if I was doing it from a sitting position, from here, I'll move the seat across, from here we do exactly the same. So instead of allowing needing to be in Muji stance, I'm just moving my body onto the side, allowing the hand to come across, pushing the hand forward, not crossways, forward, although it's called pushing the diagonals. Then when I transfer my weight onto the opposite side, it will take the hand across naturally. Okay, so we're bringing it across, and down. As I say, these are the ones that we've covered in the last couple of classes, so I don't want to keep repeating myself, but that's the idea of Qi Gong, is we continue to improve all the time by practice. Okay, brilliant. So I'm going to do this one from a sitting position, and then I'll do it from a standing up. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we'll call this one rowing the boat. It's got several different names, but the main one is rowing the boat. The hands go into the air, and we just move the body forward. Okay, taking the back into consideration as far as you can go, you physically can go. Not everybody can go the same distance. And we just circle, as if we're pulling and rowing a boat in the middle of the lake. Hands are hooked as if we've got the oar between our hands, and we're pulling, but nothing is tense, everything is relaxed. And we bring it over, and we're moving it down again. Again, this is done from Wuji stance, so we're still in the same stance all the way through if we were standing. Okay, brilliant. And when I go through this, I'll be doing it all from a standing position. So the next one we'll do is holding a ball. Now, holding a ball is very simple. Imagine you've got the most precious thing you can think of in the centre of your hand. It could be a diamond, it could be a valuable coin or something precious to you, a precious stone. So when from this position here, we lift the hand up, pushing the weight down onto the left side on the chair, and I'm just looking at the stone as I breathe out and it goes down. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And continue doing that. So if we were going in Wuji stance, we're breathing in, relaxing the core on the side that the arm's raising, rooting onto the opposite side, and breathing out as we allow this precious stone to be transferred from one side of the body to the other. So I'm rooting on my right side now with my left hand up and bringing it down. And we're just holding this precious stone in the centre of our palms, focusing with our eyes and concentrating on the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, and from this position here, we're going to connect with our hands. This is the last one we're going to go through, and then we're going to try it all together. Okay. From here, what I'm doing is I'm going to turn, and this one is called gazing at the moon. So we turn as if we're holding the moon in our hands as we turn, and hold the moon up the side of us. Exhaling as we bring it back, and we turn to the opposite side, holding the moon, and we're coming back. When you're going to turn to the side that you're going to lift the moon to, you'll root down on the opposite side, so you'll actually focus your mind and focus your weight down onto this side. It'll have you turn and just relax as you're breathing out, and turn again. And bringing it back again. We'll do one more each side, and then we're going to add the whole thing together. Okay, so far we've covered the commencement, which was a straightforward movement, broadening the chest, painting rainbows, which is this one, parting the clouds, pushing the diagonals, rowing the boat, holding the ball and gazing at the moon. Okay, so our job now is we're going to add all that together, but I'm going to do it from a standing position, so I'm just going to move the chair out of the way. Remember, when you're sitting down, don't sit completely at the back of the chair, slightly forward, and just follow the actions and the advice that I'm going to give you over the next few minutes or so. Okay, so everybody that's standing, if you move into Wuji stance, which is relaxing your feet, making sure they're forward, relaxing the knees and the quad, opening the chest and just focusing on the top of the crown so it's up. If you're sitting, same idea, you sit slightly forward on the chair, feet flat and facing forward. Okay. Now we're going to focus more on the breath as we do these exercises. So we're going to be breathing in and focusing on the breath, outward breath. Now instead of just going, what I want you to do is, when you focus in the outward breath, I want you to push, use your imagination and push it down as if you're pushing it into your legs and down back into the earth. Okay, so we'll go in first off. We're going to just follow if you get stuck, and just watch. We're going to do the commencement. So we're going to move the arms, let them float, allowing the elbows being the most heaviest thing that we have on the body at this moment in time. And breathing out, I want you to focus that breath now through the body as you're breathing out nice and gently, and keep it going down through the legs and back down through the feet to the back of the ball of the foot, and imagine you're moving it back into the earth as we continue the breath in and out. Breathing in and breathing out. Continue this movement for as long as you need to when you're practicing it on your own. Qi Gong is not about how quickly you do something, and it's certainly not about how many times that you do something. So we don't have repetitions of I must do 6, I must do 8. We do it for as long as we feel that we need to be doing this. What you're listening to is your body, and your body is telling you how long you need to do this. As well as it being movements or exercises, Qi Gong is about healing the body through the meridian systems. So So it's allowing energy and feelings to come through. And we're going to connect at the base now. We're going to move the hands up as if we're going to do broadening the chest. This one's actually excellent if you've got the cold and you need to clear the mucus off your chest as well. So we're opening on the inward breath. And we close on the outward breath, allowing the hands to float forward to each other without any pressure from the shoulders. Weight is in the elbows. And then we sink, still on the outward breath, everything back through the body, through the outward breath, down through the feet, and back into the ground. And we continue doing this one as we start to allow the breath to start to regulate itself, start to settle in the mind as we do it. Breathing in. Remember when we breathe in though, we're breathing into the belly. We're not breathing into the chest or holding it into the chest, we're breathing into the belly and then we're exhaling from the belly. Nice and gently. Building the energy up, allowing it to come up through the body. And exhaling. And taking it back down through the body, back down into the earth. So we're using our imagination a little bit, so we're breathing in through the feet, right up into the body. And then we're exhaling again, back down through the body and back out through the feet. So it's just using a little bit of our imagination on there, a little bit of our mind as we do this. Now we're going to take the arms completely above our heads. And then from this position, I'm just going to move position slightly. We're going to tilt the body to one side, looking at the palm of the hands, and relax by lifting the heel if we're off the floor, if we're on a chair, just by countering the weight onto one side of the body. Then we move back to the centre on the outward breath, moving in and down on the inward breath. Nice and gently. Making sure you put your weight on the side that the opposite side to what you're pulling the arm down to earth. And bring it down. Okay, from the centre here, we're just going to automatically turn the hands straight away and start exhaling, breathing out, sinking the breath, continue the breath, sinking it down through the body, back into the earth. And we're coming up, we're breathing in through the feet, through the body, as it comes up past our heads. We turn our hands out, at the top of the head, the crown of the head, and we sink again, taking that breath down through the body and back into our feet. And we're moving again, breathing in and breathing out, sinking the body on the outward breath as we do this. Next one, when we've completed this one, we're going to move the hands down the side of our body. And we're going to push the diagonals. So we bring the hands into the side of the body now. Placing the weight on one side, the opposite side to the arm that you're pushing forward. Relaxing the quad or the leg on the side that's coming out. Circling the hands at the back of you. Gathering this breath that you're bringing in as we turn back to the centre. Try and get the thumbs to touch each other. Weight goes onto the opposite side And we're relaxing the core again. Breathing in and breathing out. Remember, breathe that in and out movement down through the feet as we do this. I'm going to do one more each side. I'm going to bring the hands back to the centre. Making the connection, we're going to take your hands above our heads now. I'm just going to lean forward without moving the knees, just as far as your back can take you. This exercise is good for the lower back. And we're going to row this boat across the lake. Just nicely relaxing, rowing the boat. One more of this. As I say, when you're practicing yourselves and when you're watching the videos, take as long as you want to each section until you're happy with the section that you've got. Okay, bringing the hands down now to the centre and to the side of the body. We lift, weight onto the opposite side of the arm that we're lifting. We lift, relaxing the core and looking at the palm of the hand. When you look at the palm of the hand on this one, do with half your eyes closed. So they're not fully open, they're just half closed or half shut. As we do this one, relaxing as we look at the ball. Very simple movement. Lifting the heel off the ground just to allow the core to open. Now we're going to bring the hands up from the centre, from here. We turn, putting the weight onto the side that we're turning, or rooting onto the side that we're turning. And we're going to glare at the moon, or gaze at the moon, as we bring the arms back to the centre. They don't move, in the same position. Nice and gently, rooting onto the side that I'm turning. And we bring the arms back. Nice and gentle. Breathing in. When we're breathing in, when we're breathing out, we're taking it down to our feet and through our feet. I'm going to do one more each side. Now we're going to bring it to the centre. We're going to place our hands now just below the belly, whether we're sitting or whether we're standing. And we're just going to listen to our breaths very gently as we breathe in and we breathe out. Sending that energy and that breath through our minds as if it's pushing it down through our bodies, down through our feet, to the back of the ball of the foot, which is also known as kidney one. So we're just settling our bodies, settling our minds. The breath is a powerful tool that we have in our bodies to help us overcome stress and anxiety. But we forget about it because it's with us all the time. So training the breath is quite handy. It's very useful. Okay, Guys, I apologise, we have actually run out of time to go through the back movements that I wanted to cover today. But what I will do is, I'm quite happy to go through that next time, and we'll finish off on this section of the Swashi again. I hope you enjoyed it. I am back in, I believe, 2 weeks' time. So hopefully I will see you then. If you have any questions or anything of that nature, please drop a line on Facebook underneath the video when it goes up, or send me an email at Pause and Breathe, or a message via Pause and Breathe, and I'll answer the questions, no problem at all. Again, thank you very much, and I hopefully see you all soon. Thank you.